Hi everyone, so I'm going to do another affirmation doing the work reading, and this is about self-acceptance today. So let's get on to the reading. So I've used the Ascended Masters as usual. I have drawn 3 map cards, enchanted map, and also my new chakra cards as well, which I feel are very important, going to be a very important part of my tool set. So we are going to start with the reading. So the first 3 cards I pulled were persistence, take charge of the situation, and follow your strength, or focus on your strength. The channeling that came for those 3 cards is as follows. You are persisting in your efforts to make amends with past hurts and beginning to be knowledgeable about what you need to do more frequently. It's just a habit that needs to be developed and is being given the chance to flourish within your soul. Past expectations have guided you in knowing how to make changes more clearly, but future unknowings will steer you with happiness effects that assure you get there safely and in good time. So be still, my beloved one. You are knowing who you are much more and more each day, usefully. And it's the term usefully that I'm going to focus on. But so we are persisting, taking charge, and we're focusing on our strengths that come that come out from that. And so like when I cough like that, it's like my heart chakra tends to do something. It's a releasing, so and also it stems out from the weakness from my illness in 2000 when Mother Mary came to me when I had a chest infection for a year. So I still have weakness there, but especially in February when it starts to get cold, and when I was triggered in the winter once when I was searching for a place where I was living, and I was left in the cold by an estate agent, and I came home with a cold. So that's kind of left me with a bit of a weak chest there. So what do we have now? Right, so the affirmation from that channeling I took goes like this. My ability to know myself more and more each day usefully. My ability to know myself more and more each day usefully. Okay, so the term usefully is very important because the next cards that came out to clarify these, we had intention, which clarifying the persistence card. So usefully implies that there is a goal, that there is a purpose to be achieved. And so we are being persistent in setting our intention to be in alignment with our highest self. So this 22 Master card, again, it's the twin flame number, so it's the unity. So our intention is to keep going, basically, keep going in the direction of the goal. And what is the goal? The goal is self-acceptance. On this chakra card deck, she gives little stories. This is the story about Cherry, who thinks she's in love with a man, but she senses he's being unfaithful. So she gives out, in her job, she gives out a slice of the cherry pie and says, this is my life, a piece of my life is missing, like the cherry pie. But then somebody comes along and says, the cherry pie is a heart-shaped cherry pie, and that it's trying to tell you something loving. And so this piece of cherry pie becomes an opportunity rather than something that's lost. So she feels there's something in her that's lost through looking outside of herself and trying to find love in this man. But he's cheating on her. But eventually she realizes that she is all she needs, and she can have all of the pie if she was to just change her perspective about herself. So again, this is kind of like the Hanged Man in the traditional tarot. And she eventually finds a man who does make her happy, but she had to realise that she was all she needed first. So again, ties in with the twin flame story, having faith and persistence to keep going with that self-love. So difficult sometimes, you know. It's like, who'd have thunk that loving oneself is so difficult. So the next one, I forgot to tell you, the spirit grid words I chose were action, time, space, and specific strategy. So we hear action, time and space, and specific strategy. So this is very 3D. So what is the action we need to take? We need to persist with keeping on with the intention to accept and love ourselves and see ourselves as whole. And next we have the time and space. So what is the physical thing we need to do? So in physical thing, we have take charge and spirit of place. Now, take charge of the situation is where you take the initiative and you make the decisions about which direction you want to go. And that means energetically. So we've got the water here, which represents energy and emotions. And spirit of place is the foundation from which all else comes. So the spirit of place is, the metaphor of place is, where are you? You know, where do you want to be? Here I am now. I'm in this place. I want to be happy. That's another place. Or I want to feel at peace. That's a place. Where am I now? I'm feeling confused. I'm feeling upset. I'm feeling the heavy energies. So spirit of place is what do you want to feel? And how are you going to set your emotions in motion to be in that, to go to a different place, basically. So if you imagine changing your perspective, it makes you feel differently when you reframe something. So in NLP we talk about reframing things, and this is a typical reframe story, seeing the pie as loss, as changing it into a perspective of opportunity to grow. So we're reframing how we see each other and making, or see ourselves, and making that choice to be in a better place. But here we have the confusion card, and on that journey we have sometimes when we're stepping into the unknown, don't know where we're going, or we don't have a reference experience for feeling peaceful. This is about every cloud has a silver lining. So the story here is that this lady, she's climbing up the mountain. She doesn't quite know where she's going because the clouds are constricting her view, but she can move through them, obviously, and also she knows the mountain peak is there. You know it's there, or even though there are clouds. So she keeps going despite not knowing. I like that, that rhymes. She keeps going despite not knowing. And so she keeps moving forward, onwards and upwards through the confusion. So it's okay to feel confused. And you can take charge of the situation by saying, I'm at peace, I accept I'm feeling confused because something amazing is about to be revealed to me. I am seeing this situation as a positive, as an adventure, as an excitement. It's not always good to know something. Sometimes it's more exciting to have the big reveal at the end, you know. So spirit of place is about being comfortable with feeling uncomfortable in not knowing. If you are a control person that likes to know everything, then you need to come to terms with the fact that not knowing something, you can be in control of not knowing, you know. Take charge of that situation. So change the perspective there. And then the next one we have is the specific strategy. So how do I deal with this and how do I go about it? Well, here we have the vanity card, and this talks about looking again outside yourself, you know, looking at all those beautiful people, what they have, all their money, keeping up with the Joneses. You think that's going to bring you happiness? No. What's going to bring you happiness is, the clarity we had for that is home, is your heart. Knowing your truth, your heart. And, you know, that is what your strength is. Your sense of being at home with who you are. And knowing that you are complete. Again, you are the complete pie. And that's your home. You don't need to look outside of yourself to gain any happiness. So focus on your strengths of being able to go within, know that you are complete and you are perfect just as you are. You don't need to get validation from anybody else. So on the bottom of the deck we have abundance here, and we can see that you are full of abundance by doing all these activities, you know, setting the intentions to persistently keep loving yourself, taking charge of the situation and accepting that sometimes you don't know where you're going, but as long as you follow your heart, there will be abundance at the end of the journey. And also we have the enlightenment here and discovery. So very nice. I love these cards. They're very, very beautiful. Nice messages. And then to focus on your strength again. You see these people here. He's looking very. He can't reach the abundance which is in there because he's looking in the wrong place. So when you look within, that's where the abundance is, and sometimes it's difficult. These feelings of confusion, these emotions all stirring. But the bottom of the Ascended Masters was positive change. So, and fertility. So something is being rebirthed and we are giving birth to a new life. So that's the reading for today. The affirmation stakes. My ability to know myself more and more each day usefully. My ability to know myself more and more each day usefully. So the term usefully is, this is the strategy for being useful. Because when you use your strengths to keep going in acceptance and self-love, that is the goal, and it is the never-ending yellow brick road. So, useful is about the goal is to attain that ultimate self-love. And so with every movement forward, every decision, and any unexpected visitors or goblins that take you out of your sacred pool, say a magic prayer. And that prayer or that affirmation can be my ability to know myself more and more each day usefully. So what is the use in seeing the pie in a different perspective? How can I make this pie be a positive cherry pie as opposed to seeing it as something missing? When you give out cake, you can see it as losing the cake or offering a gift. So it's all about perspective, really, and persistently reframing your perspective so that it comes back to self-love. Even though you don't know where you're going and you don't know what these feelings are or can see clearly the outcome, taking charge of that and saying, it's okay, I'm in my spirit of place, I know how to get to that place of peace by meditating or do whatever you need to do, and using that as your strength, your determination to always see the home there as the goal of getting back to your heart. It always comes back to the heart. And when you're in that vanity state, these are the unexpected visitors. It's like the goblins saying, you're not good enough, you're not as pretty, you're not as... So you've got to watch for those and focus on your strengths, which is your home, which is your heart. And you've done it. We've all done it. And we just got to keep going with this intention to persist. Endurance, we are learning endurance. So, I hope that helps you, and I'm going to sign off now. Namaste. Have a great day.